All right, folks. Hey, what's going on? Once again, it's another edition of boxing, whatever you want to call it. Actually, really, we're here for the end of year show. We're going to talk about a few events that just previously happened because we haven't gotten a chance to really discuss them jointly. But that being said, it's a good day, and we're getting ready to bring in the new year. So 2024 is right around the corner. How you doing there, Boz?
I'm hanging in there. You know what happened actually when I got up this morning? I mean, it wasn't mornings, but I mean, the power had gone out. Oh man, it had
Oh,
been
wow.
out for a while, and then it sucked to be awoke like that to start the New Year's Eve. Like, yeah, but yeah, fortunately it came back after an hour. So yeah,
Oh yeah, there's gonna be plenty of power tonight, I'd imagine, by virtue of the city
yeah.
being lit up. But
Oh
it'll actually be 2024 on your end before it reaches here. So salute to everyone who
yeah.
will be checking out on behalf of Boz and everyone who will be checking out on behalf of us just in general.
Yeah, in less than 4 hours, it's gonna be 2024.
Wow, less than
Yeah,
4 hours. Hey, gotta ring it in how you can ring it in. Anyway, thank you folks for joining. Those who will be here live as well as those listening on the replay. So, real quick, let's send a salute to Rodolfo Rivera Jr., who sends
oh,
his cigars. Appreciate you, Rodolfo, of course, as always. As always. And then via Boz here, we have Yoshi Yoshi. He says, hey, everyone, appreciate you, Yoshi Yoshi.
hey Yoshi, what's up, buddy? Hmm.
Salute to you. Thank you
Thank
for
you for
joining up.
yeah.
Then we have Rodolfo Rivera Jr. says, check out the pictures I sent on Instagram after the show. Cool, cool. I know that's going to be some good stuff right there,
What show?
Rodolfo. Talking about some 86 boxing merch type stuff. So
Oh
looking forward to
man.
that for sure. Definitely looking forward to that. Uh,
Mm.
Salute to Melissa Ty there. It says, hi, everyone. Melissa, great to
Oh,
have you in. Great to have you in as always, and we enjoy you whenever you drop by the set right there. We have a female in house. Says, Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve to you.
yeah, it's already here. The fireworks are starting already.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's going to get heated up here in a good little bit. Yoshi Yoshi says, "What do you think of Terrence Crawford?" Well, he is definitely going to be a part of the discussion here, Yoshi Yoshi. He's someone we're definitely going to get to. And Bods and I discussed it, and we're going to talk about a couple of the fights that actually had taken place. And those are some of the events that were recent. Of course, the big one being the Day of Reckoning. Day of Reckoning featured a slew of heavyweights. We had Dimitri Bivol on there as well in dominant fashion over Lyndon Arthur. And we also had another set of fighters who weren't heavyweights, I recall. But that being
Mm.
said, all eyes were on the heavyweights for the most part. And we can start with the main event, of course, which was Otto Valeen versus Anthony Joshua. And we know what happened right there. Of course, vintage Anthony Joshua, as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned, there, Boz. And he picked up a stoppage victory, which I thought was
Mm.
pretty much going to happen at some point, and it came in the fifth round. As a matter of fact, what are your thoughts
Yeah.
on that, Boss?
Yeah, I was quite disappointed with Valin. I expected much more of resistance from him, and I thought he might make it a tough fight. But after the first couple rounds, he did all right with those rounds. But then he just kind of let himself be, you know, taken over. I mean, dominated by Joshua. Joshua looked good, of course. He deserves credit for being so aggressive from the start, not being gun shy or anything. Maybe it's because he knew that Valin is not really that a puncher, really a hard, big one, But I don't know. Anyway, it's very good to see that kind of fight, where heavyweights aren't afraid to
Yeah.
really go at each other, and yeah, so it was very impressive by Joshua. However, I'm not sure if that's the best version of Valin that showed up that night. Probably not, or maybe he got scared or whatever it was. Hope not, but anyway, he just wasn't in his best shape that night, unfortunately. So we didn't get much of a fight because of that. Only
Yeah.
5 rounds. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Simple as that. So yeah,
Yeah, I did think it would be a bit more competitive myself leading into the
yeah,
contest, but of course, ultimately that was not the case. Now, I did
yeah,
hear good take from Michael Montero, who does Montero Unboxing there on YouTube, when he was mentioning, hey, what if it's just a situation where Valine had a good night against Fury, or maybe Fury just showed that, hey, that was a tough fight for him,
yeah.
and Valine was kind of who he is, and he just had one great night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he hasn't since Fury fight hasn't really fought anybody that good, nowhere that caliber. And now suddenly after 4 years he was stepped up in competition again and just I guess didn't react to that well and yeah, wasn't up to the task. But also his nose got broken.
Oh yeah,
Probably the fight would have gone on for at least a couple of more rounds. But
yeah,
yeah, unfortunately it didn't. So yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Hey, kind of how it is. Sometimes you have to chuck it up to the situation there at the time, real quick. Shout out to Facebook user. Don't know if that's you, Rick. If it is, salute to you there, buddy, for sure. Appreciate you there, Rick. And Rodolfo Rivera says, I'm surprised Eileen quit. Yeah. Yeah, one
Well,
of those things, you know. He
didn't have much of a choice, I think either.
hey, he had to get up
Hey,
out of there.
that's
Hey,
my friend.
Magnosis? Is that it? Magnosis?
Yeah, major
Magnosis.
gnosis.
Hey,
Yeah,
appreciate you dropping by, buddy, for sure. Thank you. Thank you. Happy New Year, of course. Happy New Year. Salute to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Be sure to check them out, folks. Great content for sure. Happy New Year there, Bruce. Always
happy
great to
New
have
Year.
you in, sir.
Yeah,
And
happy New Year,
Yoki sends his
Bruce.
regards. All right, all right. So yes, happy New Year, everyone, for sure. Now, yeah, we were talking Joshua Vilene. The one thing I was gonna note was that hey, for me, I would love to see Anthony Joshua versus Jean Gillet, and I would
Oh
love to
yeah,
see that in China. I think that would be massive. It would be something unique and new. Relations have been kind of, I guess you can say, iffy here between the two countries. Well, not between, between the U.S. and so the UK. Hey, maybe they're in a better place. So yeah, I think
yeah,
we can make that happen for sure. And hopefully they would show it here in the U.S. But that's a market I'm sure they would want to get to. But I think it would be a massive event and historic. To have a
yeah.
heavyweight. I don't know if it'll be championship fight, but just a heavyweight fight of that magnitude take place in China.
Oh yeah, that would be a really a spectacular event, I bet. And I know the Chinese are able to put on a big show, perhaps even bigger than the Saudis. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Big drama show.
Hmm.
Salute to everyone still dropping in. Do any boxes have their own fragrance? That'd be a good one. There might be some out there. I don't know. Seems
Maybe
like
a
we would.
cologne or yeah, maybe body spray or something.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. We have to look into that, Yoshi, for sure. We have to look into it.
Yeah,
I can't think of one off top, but hey, you never know. There might be someone out there with something, a
maybe
knockout type of fragrance.
wouldn't surprise me if Tyson Fury had it or maybe Anthony Joshua. He's kind of strikes me as a vain guy. Those two anyway, and Tony Bellew maybe.
Oh yeah, Tony Hill, you could be, could be.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny. Luke Rodolfo says you hit 2K subs, 86 just in time for 2024. Congrats, man. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, appreciate everyone that has subscribed. As a matter of fact, give everyone a like and subscribe. We appreciate you all for sure. But yeah, it's much
mm,
love. But yeah, give Boz a like and subscribe. Hey, hit like and subscribe on this, regardless of where you are. Share the love for sure. Share the love, everyone. Uh, Muhammad
yeah,
Ali Legend Round One cologne exists. Yoshi dropping that knowledge right there. Salute to you.
nice.
Appreciate knowing such.
Yeah,
have
he
to
is
look
an
into that.
expert in this field.
Have to look into that for sure. We have to look into it. I know Ronaldo got his own fragrance, but that's the only athlete I know that got one right there. Okay, Cristiano
Oh
Ronaldo,
yeah,
Saudi Arabia.
CR7, and he's got more than one, I think.
Oh yeah,
But
he has
yeah,
underwear and all that stuff.
yeah, I know he was there. You know, you saw. I mean, he was at the event together with Conor McGregor, and
Cool,
he looked
cool.
pretty annoyed because Conor wouldn't stop talking to him. and
Yeah, yeah, for
you
sure.
know,
Cheers to fragrance enthusiasts. It would be nice to see Bozanova and Danine collab, talking perfume, the meeting of minds. Hey,
yeah, well,
request right there,
that's
Boz. Got a
yeah,
request.
that can happen maybe in the next year. I would like to do more streams. I mean, some streams together with Danny. He's a nice guy, really, and he likes boxing also, by the way.
Cool, cool.
So yeah,
All right, let's get stuff. Hey, setting it up 2024. That's where it's at. Hopefully, make it
yeah,
happen there. But yeah, yeah. Salute to everyone. I was going to mention also, I guess the other big fight on there of note, certainly that we want to talk about since it's the top two, for sure, is Deontay Wilder, Joseph Parker. We know what happened right there. Thorough
yeah,
outboxing there by Joseph Parker, handing Deontay Wilder his what is that third loss? I think it is. Yeah, third
yeah.
loss.
Third.
You know, and yeah, depending on how you had that first fight, you know, that could be a difference maker as well. But Joseph Parker
Yes.
showed that hey, there's still something in the tank right here,
Mm,
and he
yeah.
hurt Wilder, outboxed him, of course, and almost had him out of there in the eighth round. What did you think overall of that performance right there, working with Andy
Wow.
Lee?
Well, really great performance. I was impressed, and how he kept going. Attacking Wilder and like really getting away with really having so much success. He was the smaller man, but he was the bully that night. Definitely, Wilder just was trying to land something big, but wasn't able to, and for the most part wasn't able to. And yeah, Parker just beat him up, and yeah, he was. I think he's got a lot of heart, and because he is
Yeah,
a religious person, he also has that part of that big how do you say spiritual strength, and
yeah,
motivation that keeps him going even after those defeats, like to Joyce, for instance, and all that. Yeah, really bad defeats,
a lot of
and
pride and all that.
yeah, so. He's
So
just you can never count him out. Of course, he may not be what he was like in back in 2016 or whatever, but he's still out there. He's a force to be reckoned with. Still, yeah,
I'd agree. I'd agree. Certainly. Hey, top five, top five. You got to throw him there in the building. Top five in the weight. You know, of course, he was already top 10. Deontay Wilder. Hey, this may be it for him. Who knows? Time will certainly tell. But Joseph Parker definitely got the job done on this day, and I think he, better boxer for sure. Just coming into it is all a question of would Wilder be able to hurt him and knock him out, which many people thought that may have happened just based on
yeah,
what we last saw with Parker, at least at that high stage when he lost to Joe Joyce in a contest where the power got to him. But hey, different type of fighter. Joyce, not necessarily a puncher, but more bludgeons you to death with his heavy hands and everything. So that eventually got to Joseph Parker. Wilder, a little bit different. If you do look at Wilder, one thing you do notice he has very skinny legs, very skinny calves. So
yeah,
you know that some of those power punchers that we really know of, they generate that from the legs and all of that. And it's not to
mm,
say that he doesn't necessarily, but definitely that is something that you can always kind of point out with him. So maybe a lot of it's generated more in the upper body area than it is necessarily the legs.
yeah. I was wondering why he would come in so skinny, and I mean, it was almost scary looking at those legs. Man, so thin. So yeah, yeah. He just
Yeah,
didn't do himself service, of course.
yeah. Hey, I think a good contest would be Joseph Parker and Frank Sanchez. You know, that might be a good one. He was on there and he looked pretty good. I think that will be a good contest between both of them.
Hello, Mike. That's my buddy, Mike. He's also from the fragrance
Cheers, Mike. I
community.
smell. Cool. Cool logo as well. Cheers there, Mike. Also,
Hello,
Dusan.
Dushan.
Dushan. Dushan.
Yeah.
Remember seeing it. Dushan says, Happy New Year to all of you. Appreciate you, Dushan. I smell says Bob's and Bilbo will be the fight of the year.
I'll knock him out in the first round.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh yeah, get at it. We got it. Hey, we're here for it, folks. Rodolfo says technically third because the first Fury fight was an L. Hey, rescored that, Rodolfo. I had it a W for Wilder, which is shocking. You got to go watch that Fight Night scores stream that we had over there. Salute to Fight Night scores. Jim, salute to Alex as well. 86 versus Showbiz. Let's get it done. Hey, tell them, bring it. I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's do it. But no, cool. I like what he's doing over there. Good stuff over there. Showbiz. Salute to you. For sure. Yoshi says, Bob, I went to your box ring and the Princess and hoping for a knockout.
Nah, no, lay off poor George. He's not. He's a 5'6" guy who weighs probably what, I don't know, 150. Not
Don't
even
sleep
that.
on him. Don't sleep
140
on him.
pounds. Yeah. Well, he's a little chubby, but maybe he's lost weight lately. Same as I.
Hey, can't sleep on the smaller guys. Happy Sunday, son and Bob.
Yeah.
Says my mom. Appreciate you being here, mother. Love you.
Hello.
Thank you. Says, make it do what it do. Happy New Year Eve. Love the hoodie, sir. Oh, thank you. Shout out to my man, Damon Nicholson. Enjoy retirement, of course. Salute to Damon Nicholson. He's retired this year, super middleweight. Been in there with a lot of top level competition. Well deserved. Enjoyed retirement, buddy. We'll be in contact, of course. Hey, because the show doesn't stop. He's doing his training thing now, so I think we're going to see a lot more of him.
Yeah. I kind of liked him when he was a guest here. He was, nice guy. Looked like a nice guy.
Very good guy.
Yeah.
I Smell says I would do a fragrance creator boxing match. That would be an interesting one. That would be an interesting one for sure. Hey, we're for it.
Always new possibilities, never explored yet. Not. Yeah.
Rodolfo says Wilder was out for too long. He should KO Andy Ruiz and move on to the next. Hey, that would be an interesting one. I wanted to see that fight. Maybe that's next. Maybe.
I won't give him much chance either against Ruiz now. I mean, now.
Yeah, Ruiz might be able to do a little something, Even Andy been out too long. He got to get a fight in yet. But then again, Ruiz was a little bit mobile in his last few contests.
Andy is younger also, don't forget that. So, hasn't had that as many fights also. So, I mean, Wilder has, what's he, 42, 3 and 1, something like that. 46 fights, and Ruiz is maybe what?
Up there.
Ruiz is like 28, 2 or something, yeah.
Bob, I hope you have a drink with it being New Year's Eve.
Yeah, actually, I had some wine earlier. There you go, Yoshi. You can be happy now. Rejoice.
Hey, get a little wine to bring in the New Year. Hey, salute to Mr. Pads in here. Cheers, Mr. Pads. Always great having you, buddy.
Hey, buddy. China.
Cheers, Marvin Martinez as well. Appreciate you dropping by, Marvin.
Hey,
salute,
Marvin.
buddy.
What's up, Marvin?
Says Andy Ruiz versus AJ. Interesting one right there for sure. Interesting one. We'll see how that third one will go.
I don't want to see that. If AJ is going to run around him, box in circles again.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I wonder if AJ would fight him like he fought Valine coming forward.
Well, yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe
I would like to see rather Parker, AJ too, because the first fight wasn't that good, really.
No, it was a lot of mauling, holding, sloppiness. Yeah, it was not a good one for sure. Maybe different this time. We got a more offensive focused Joseph Parker.
Yeah. So now he's proven he does deserve, another big fight, at least one more Parker, and
I smell this Tyson Fury. Like an Eggman. Fury got some skinny legs as well.
I am.
Here's a skinny, I guess, by relative comparison, bigger than Wilder's though for sure. Uh, but Wilder came in at 214, which was an ideal weight for him for sure. He's come in
Yeah,
around there a number of times. I could probably
but
beat Devin Haney. Yoshi, hey, make it happen. We're for it. We're for it, Yoshi.
Yoshi, he would make you look silly. I'm sorry, I have to say.
Yeah, Mr. Pat says Justin Bonds. Did y'all see the Ioka fight today? He won by 7 round stoppage and smoked his opponent with a couple of
No,
knockdowns too. Ah, interesting. Yeah, we were talking about that. We were going to mention it, but we hadn't had a chance to check it out. With
no,
the time
didn't.
difference and all. But that's good stuff there, Mr. Paz. Ioka, hey, back in the mix. So we'll see what's
Kazuto.
next for him.
But he's been around for a while now, hasn't he? I mean, it's a
Yeah,
long time since I first came across his name. I know it was way back in, I don't know, 2010, 11, something like that. Probably.
yeah. Certainly,
Yeah.
certainly, yeah. He's been around the block. Still a very
Mm,
good fighter. So, yeah, I don't know what's on the tabs, but definitely gonna check that one out, Mister Pads. And I did check out. Matter of fact, Inoue versus Tapalis. Matter of fact,
yeah,
we might as well mention that one. Thought that was a
that
good
one.
performance right there from Inoue. He's just a force, just an
Yeah.
absolute force. 10th round stoppage. You capture that, boss?
Oh, yeah, I did see the whole fight, actually. I
Cool.
got to see it, and yeah, very good fight. Yeah, it started out, pretty competitive, I guess, but then we just turned it up, and then it was pretty much all him from there on. And but Palace, he deserves credit for lasting so long into the 10th round. He was taking shots. He was floored in the 4th round. Caught with a big
Yeah.
shot there. He was taking shots from there on. Every round, big ones. But I think I don't like to generalize, but I think Filipino fighters are really quite tough, usually, very tough
Mhm.
guys. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's the size. They don't generally look big, but so you think, yeah, this guy, but then they just prove they can take a lot of punishment, pretty much like the Mexicans, you might say, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, certainly. Hey, and they've been able to do some great things in the sport. So you're definitely right about that. Real quick, Rodolfo says first a rap battle between Showbiz and fighted in the ring. He doesn't want to see me there, Rodolfo. You know the deal. I'm down for it. Let's make it happen,
Who
Showbiz.
is that?
I'm down for it. Easy work right there, as you know, Rodolfo.
There's a guy that is really. There's a guy in Fracom. Well, I don't want to mention him. Anyway. Maybe he will go after me.
Oh yeah, hey, you can be on the undercard. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, he's quite.
Undercard rap.
He's a big dude. Looks like he has done some fighting, like street fighting, also before. George
Okay, good
easily
stuff.
weighs. I don't know how much is that. 15 stone. I think probably like 240 or 45.
15 songs. Okay. Oh yeah, it'd be up there. It'd be up
By
there.
the
But
way, by
in a
the
way,
way,
hey, in a way looks
yeah.
good.
I just
It
want to
looks
say my
unbeatable right
cent
now.
of the night is
Was that
because this is our festive occasion. So
okay,
it's
yeah.
the from Roger Scandal. It's called Scandal. Yeah,
Scandal.
for
Scandal. We
men.
got scandal.
Yeah,
Skin of the night, folks.
yeah.
Bob dropping knowledge. If you didn't know, go check it out right now. You might find some people enjoy that smell right there. So Scandal.
Scandal.
There used to be a
um,
show called Scandal that was pretty popular here.
yeah,
Uh, about Olivia Pope. It was a good one.
doesn't really smell so scandalous, but anyway, it's nice.
Yeah, Yoshi says, "Do you think boxing will be banned or it makes too much money?" No, it won't be banned. There've been calls for it being banned for a long time, and it has been banned back in the day in several states,
Yeah,
in
here
general.
in
But
Norway. Yeah,
it's going to be around. I mean, they're even bringing back this bare knuckle fight club, so they're doing bare knuckle stuff and other types
yeah.
of fighting. They're doing like mixed rules fighting where they're allowing the stomps and kicks,
No,
soccer
no.
kicks, and all that stuff in the U.S. in some states. So yeah, not going
Yeah.
anywhere, Yoshi.
People just seem to be not satisfied with the violence in boxing. They just want more violence, less rules, and
They want to take
that's
it
what's
another
sad.
level.
Yeah,
Yeah, you even have the slap
that's
leagues now, where you can
yeah.
slap the crap out of somebody.
But that's just the way it's symptomatic of this time. So much wars and violence going on, and yeah.
Yep, yep. Dun, dun, dun. Since Mr. Pass brought it up, Josh and Bob, some questions. Who are your picks for Fighter of the Year, Comeback of the Year, Trainer of the Year, Knockout of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and Fight of the Year? You know what?
Rookie. Hmm.
Let's jump into it. We actually had some of that in store right there for you, Mr. Pads and all, of course. So where do you want to start, Boz?
Well, let's start with fighter of the year. Yeah, I was a little divided, but I think I would probably choose. Well, I was first thinking Tank Davis. However, I think I would rather pick Benavides, because he
Oh, interesting.
he had two
Interesting.
pretty big wins this year. I mean, yeah. So I mean, he first beat Caleb Plant, and then he beat the undefeated Dimitrius Andrade, and that's pretty big. I mean,
Interesting
yes.
one right there. Interesting one right there
Mm.
for sure, Bob. I didn't think you were going there. I did not think you were going there. I had hit you up about making some graphics. I would have made the graphics for it because I went a little different as far as my pick. For me, I went with this fighter right here, the fighter of the year. I went with
Mm.
Terrence Bud Crawford right there.
Yeah, I was
Terrence
thinking of
Bud
him. Yeah,
Crawford.
but he only had one fight, even though it was very big. So I was like, I don't know.
So
He's very.
yeah, and that's an interesting point you make right there, and I thought about that point as well. And that was I almost didn't, it was between him and Naoya Inoue because I thought
Mm.
Inoue had a very 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 top caliber year,
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
I
Yeah.
had him listed there as one who would certainly be worth the billing, but the separating factor, I think, well, of course, Inoue had more fights, but did only fight
Mm.
once. And Inoue had some very dominant performances in each of those fights. And he moved up in weight, actually, became
Mm.
undisputed uh, for a
Right.
second time. And Crawford, of course, became undisputed at 147. And the reason I went with Crawford, even though it was that one fight, was just because I think it had more significance. It was a historically significant fight, regardless of what the outcome was, and it turned out to be a drubbing at the hands of Crawford. I should say that I thought Crawford would win this entire time. I didn't think he
Yeah.
would dominate in the fashion that he did. But that being said, even you take all of that out, what happened in terms of it being complete whitewashing, I just thought that the fight had such a historical significance. That's why I put Crawford there as the fighter of the year, though
Mm.
certainly in a way I feel can give him a run for his money, just given what he was able to do in dominating Stephen Fulton and then dominating
Yeah.
Tapala
Yeah,
in
that was
another
a
weight
very,
class.
very big victory over Fulton. Yeah,
That
and
and
Fulton just didn't, look his himself. He was thrown out off his game, and yeah, so
yeah,
that
so
was a
Bud
big one.
Crawford for me, but in a way running a strong second there, Boz.
Mm. Yeah,
Strong second.
yeah, probably. I would probably now change my answer. However, yeah, I think also there's a strong. I mean, there are cases can be made for others as well. Several fighters. I mean, you got Inoue, then you got the Tank and Haney. But I wouldn't pick Haney because the Lomachenko, controversy that fight. He did.
Oh
He
yeah.
many
Yeah, Amy,
people
yeah.
saying he shouldn't have won that fight. But yeah, and Prograis also not
Yeah.
having had that many big fights in the past years and stuff like that. And yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I wouldn't pick him, but Tank, I wouldn't have no problem with Tank or And
Yeah,
yeah,
strong year for Haney for sure. Strong
yeah,
year. So he would. I'll probably put probably near third there. I would probably go with Haney, Devin Haney
yeah.
there. Tank, I don't know where I would put him. He had some good fights, but yeah, I don't know where I would rank him as far as fight of the year compared to those relative to those. I think those are probably the top three, just given the significance of them, and then the belts involved in terms of what it meant for the weight class and everything. But
Yeah.
hey, it's all up to the individual essentially. Hey, Mr. Pat said he had Inoue as fighter of the year. So good stuff, Mr. Pats.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's very, very respectable choice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, certainly.
This is
Certainly.
a troublemaker from the Newcastle, from the north of England. They are all troublemakers up there.
Not these maybe last 7 rounds. Good stuff there. Good stuff for sure. Double undisputed right there for Inoue. So yeah, hey, great case right there, Rodolfo. Hey, great case. Yeah, I have him in there certainly strong. Strong. David did his thing this year. Caleb and Boo Boo. Yeah. Benavidez. Yeah, I guess he'd be up there somewhere. Don't know exactly where I would place him. Sort of like Tank. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, certainly those two. I
Yeah, I
guess would be
mean,
in the running in some sense. Um,
yeah,
yeah, good stuff right there. Rookie of the year, Andy Cruz for Rodolfo. Yeah, I didn't do a graphic for Rookie of the Year, but Andy
I would
Cruz has looked
say,
good.
I would say probably Moses Sitoma.
Oh yeah, Moses Atoma. Yeah. Who mentioned that? Mr. Paz mentioned Atoma as well. Yeah, he's looked good so far. He's on a pretty fast, quick trajectory, so he's looked good. They
Yeah,
are moving him pretty well, and I like what he's been able to do just thus far against the competition. They're gonna try and step it up,
yeah,
and it's he passes with flying colors, so just got to keep stepping up the competition and moving him. But he looks like he's gonna be the real deal for sure.
yep,
I
for
would say
sure. Another
now.
young, yeah, just want to mention another young fighter from UK I like is Adam Azim.
Oh,
Yeah,
Azim, yeah, Azim is pretty nice. He is
yeah,
pretty nice. Yeah, I haven't seen his last fight, which was recently a few months ago, maybe a couple months ago. But yeah, he's promising, or he's been able to do some pretty solid things for sure.
hmm.
So I would throw him up there, and then I was gonna mention my female fighter of the year is Katie Taylor.
Oh no, no,
Katie
and I
Taylor.
was
Now
I
the
was
reason.
gonna pick Chantel Cameron.
Well,
Well,
yeah, I
maybe.
think she could. I think she could get the nod as well. I went with
Yeah,
Katie Taylor. I think certainly between the two, just given the significance of the fight when they actually faced off against each other, I gave it to Katie Taylor. Even though she lost, she ended up running it back and won that contest. And
mm,
she won the undisputed titles at 140 pounds. So I got
yeah,
to give her props for that. Now, Clarissa Shield, she did become undisputed with the win over Savannah Marshall. She only fought once. Savannah Marshall fought twice. She lost to Shields, and then that was at 160, I believe. And then she went to 168 and I think won all the belts when she beat Franchon Cruz Dezern.
yeah,
So
yeah.
she had a good year as well. But I went with Taylor, Katie Taylor, because of the significance of those fights, and Chantel Cameron. Yeah, I feel like you can go that way as well. But you could throw the others in the mix as well, as far as Clarissa and Savannah
Among,
Marshall, even
yeah,
Amanda Serrano,
yeah.
who, while she
I
didn't
was
have
gonna
the
say,
marquee name, she did fight 3 times
yeah,
and
she had
looked
a
good
lot.
and at
Yeah,
least doing her thing and doing so.
she was very active. Yeah, and had won it impressively those fights and won them. Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Mr. Pat says Taylor versus Cameron rematch was so good it's in the combo for fight of the year for me. Certainly, Mr. Pads, and I think that's where some props come into play as well. The fact that The
Wow.
way Katie Taylor came out in terms of this rematch, she knew she had to be on the offensive. She knew she had to go in and make this definitive, and she did what she had to do. So I give her much props for that right there. I know you may feel otherwise about the fight as far as the overall entertainment value there, Boz, but hey, I thought it was a
Yeah.
good one. Me and Mr. Pads, at least.
Yeah, didn't really like it, but there was, yeah, I mean, it was an aggressive fight, if nothing, a lot of aggression. Yoshi.
Yeah. They came
Oh, on
the
trees.
real deal. Cheers, the real deal. Says Bob's you fight Jimbo. Oh, Jimbo.
Maybe, maybe.
That's just funny. But no, good stuff right there. So yeah, Mr. Pads, hey, we're in agreement there with the Katie Taylor. Another one I have right here. So Boz, what are you thinking fight of the year? You're able to determine fight of the year for you? See if we're on the same page?
Yeah, yeah, bro. That, I mean, I gotta go with Mongia versus Derevianchenko. I think
All right. We
that's,
didn't know this beforehand, folks, but we're on the same page right there.
yeah.
Cheers. Cheers. That was an
Cheers.
excellent fight.
Cheers.
Yeah, excellent fight there, Boz. So I'm with you
Yeah,
there.
it was fireworks from the start to finish.
No doubt about it. Matter of fact, just watched it last night as well. Watched it, or the night before, actually, not last night, but the night before, I actually watched it. My
Mm.
partner and I, she was tuned in, dialed in on it. She had seen the highlights before. She had to remind me of such. And I had seen it before, but I watched it again just well I could be sure. Action
Mm.
packed right there, Bod. So we're on the same page there. We don't agree all the
Was
time, but when we agree, we agree.
yeah,
Fight of the
yeah.
year.
It's hard to pick any other. I mean, you can, but it's hard to disagree that this was a great, great fight. Yeah, the Hobbit.
Yeah.
I don't
Mr.
know.
Pads, let us know who you had as fighter or fight of the year. That'll be
I
interesting to
would
know.
probably let him win a couple of rounds first, and then knock him out.
Hey, there goes your buddy Bilbo. What's going
Yeah,
on,
that's
Bilbo?
cool.
Bilbo Fraggins says these two need to make a buddy cop movie. Hey, why not? Let's do it.
Another Hobbit.
Bilbo
Yeah.
Fraggins. Cheers to you, Bilbo, being in here. Mr. Pat says my fight of the year is Tsutsumi versus Anaguchi. I saw that one. I thought that was a good one right there, Mr. Paz. Did catch that
Mm.
one out. Or catch that one.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah,
Woo.
didn't catch it. No.
You catch that one, Boz, or no?
No. Oh
It was
yeah, I
good one.
heard that he's in coma. Yeah, that's sad. Very sad.
Oh, who is?
Anaguchi.
Oh, I didn't know that. But
Oh,
that's what oh, I didn't read all of this. Mr. Paz says it had everything. Only sad thing, Anaguchi's didn't introduce coming out because of the head trauma. Oh wow. Didn't know that. I thought Anaguchi, man, he was so close to winning in so many of those rounds, and then he just got dropped. So yeah, 4 knockdowns. Yeah, that was a very good fight. I had I could see that one being a fight of the year there as well, Mr. Paz. I went with Mungia versus
also
Derevianchenko, but that's a good one.
another very good fight was Leigh Wood versus Josh Warrington.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Mm.
About 7 rounds of good action right there.
Yeah, what a
And the top
surprising
7,
ending. Yeah,
but I
bombastic
guess Wood
ending.
was winning primarily though, leading
Yeah.
up to it, right?
No, actually, Warrington was. I had thought he
I
was
mean, yeah,
winning.
Warrington. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, yeah, that's what I
yeah,
meant. Warrington, he was winning, I
yeah.
guess, for the most part,
He
the
was
majority of
like,
the rounds, if not all of them, to that point of the stoppage, right? So,
yeah, like from third or fourth, something like that. He took over, really. Yeah. Hmm.
but yeah, man, yeah, that's sad, Mister Paz, about Anaguchi. Man, that was a great fight for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't know that because he did go down a few times. Hey, no, and that's what you just never know. Man,
Dangerous
yeah,
sport.
very
Yeah.
dangerous. Very dangerous right there. Bubu Andre versus Benavidez was fun to watch. Yeah, for
Hmm.
as long as it lasted there, Rodolfo was. I think Andre had a good round in there, but then Yeah, the first round actually, but then from there, yeah, it took over. Maybe the first three were a little bit closer, but once Benavidez took over, man, he took over for sure.
Oh yeah.
Definitely took over. Gongora versus Mbili, Mr. Pad. Yeah, you're right. That is a good one. That's one of the kind of dark horse candidates right there, or at least runner up style. That's in the mix for sure. Um, yeah, that's top four or five this year for sure, right there. Gongora and Mbili. Mbili had a pretty good year, considering such, because he beat him and then he beat Nicholson. I can't remember if he had a third fight in mix there, but that was a good action-packed fight right there. So good one, high level too, as you mentioned there, Mr. Pat. So good
I
one.
didn't see that one yet, but I will try to find it. Yeah.
Bilbo wearing Gucci, guilty in intents. In a way, the monster is a force to be reckoned with. Certainly, an absolute force there, the real
Are you
deal.
are you spending your New Year's Eve with Bilbo, Yoshi? How do you know?
Why does that boxer wear no top but still wear shorts? I mean, it's a part of the rule set, I guess, just to make sure you're good. On the amateur side, you have like a tank type situation.
Yeah.
Pro rules, they want to make sure, hey, you're not hiding anything, I guess. Why
Yeah.
does Vibes wear shirt says Bilbo Fraggins?
What should I wear? Armor instead.
All right, you get a little crazy.
Yeah,
Do you know when Vince
that's
Myers is gonna fight next? Are those close for this fight day, Rodolfo's? I think it's March. Shout out to Vince Myers, Filipino young fighter doing this thing. Got a great win over Ishizawa here a few months back. So Vince Myers, he's gonna be fighting in I believe it's IBF mandatory, some mandatory for sure, maybe IBF mandatory coming up there. So it should be good. I think this last one was like an eliminator, and this one some kind of mandatory or something of that nature. But we're gonna find out for sure there, Rodolfo. Vilvo wore the fastest. Just sorry to keep you up, boys. Robici lost to Espinoza was a great fight to watch. Oh yeah, good one, Marvin Martinez. That was a good one.
oh yeah.
And hey, Robici came out of nowhere, did his thing in terms of dropping him after losing a number of rounds, and then he tried to make it a thing with his comeback, but Espinoza a little bit too much for him, sit him down.
That was one
Right,
of
like,
the bigger upsets of the year, probably. Yeah.
yeah, certainly upset. Espinoza came being undefeated, but still relatively not known from a competition perspective. So,
Yeah.
hey, he's someone to look out for. I like to see him in there with
Also,
some others, or maybe a rematch is in order. Who knows?
what's his name? Santian, who beat Alexis Rocha. He also, that
Oh
was a
yeah,
big
yeah.
upset.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Was that Giovanni Santillan? Yeah, I think it's Giovanni
Yeah,
Santillan, right?
something like that.
I
Yeah.
think it's Giovanni. Yeah. That was a excellent performance from his part. And he showed that man. He
Yes.
supports as well. Someone to watch. Another Mexican, right? He's Mexican,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of tall for that weight, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And he was not to be denied on that night. The real deal says George Jang was a good fight. I couldn't believe he could crack the juggernaut. You're right. That was a good one right there. Real deal. Man, that's certainly in the running for knockout of the year. Certainly in
Oh,
the
yeah.
running there.
It was.
Matter of
Yeah.
fact, I didn't do a thing for knockout of the year, but I would put that one up there. That may
Yeah.
be one
Well,
I could give a
yeah.
nod to. I don't know. What do you think? There was another one. There was a pretty solid knockout with Valenzuela knocked out Chris Colbert here recently. That was a pretty stiff one right there. Had him lying on the ropes, out cold.
Right.
That's a good one. I forgot about knockout of the year. That's a good
Well,
one.
we can just yeah put that one in.
Yeah.
Wait,
Brian
was
Corbett. Here, Brian Corbett.
that fight with Fundora? Was that this year? I don't remember when he lost to Brian Mendoza, or was
Oh
it?
yeah, that might have been this year. Was that? You know what? I think it was this year.
Yeah, like
But
early.
if so, yeah, that's one right there that definitely rates up there. Knockout of the
Yeah,
year,
big
man.
and huge upset also. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Two guys, I guess, yeah, with Joyce, man, he just looked impenetrable. And man, the way John took him out, yeah, that one definitely gets top notch for sure. But there are some other ones. I know there are some other ones. Yeah, for some reason that one slipped my mind. Not thinking about that one.
Miyagi. Come on.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's up. I did have one more here, Boz. I think it was, or
comeback of the what is it? I because
oh,
I
I didn't
got
make
one.
one for that.
I thought of one. Yeah, I know which I would choose for comeback. Oh, performance. Yeah, yeah,
I said
yeah.
performance
I
of the year,
agree.
but in
Yeah,
a way,
that's
could be considered performance of the year with how he dominated Stephen Fulton as well, winning every round, even
yeah,
though
yeah. That's a good
it
second
was
choice.
expected to be competitive. But hey, Crawford
Yeah,
dominated Spence, so both of those are up there. So in a way, Crawford, man, they're two standouts for sure for this year. But definitely, if you look at the activity side of it, in a way, for sure.
yeah, yeah. Also, I must give mention the fight. I mean, that was a very impressive performance by Agit Kabayel against
Oh
Makhmudov.
yes, yeah,
Yeah, fourth
Makhmudov.
round stoppage. I mean, nobody could have expected that, really.
Nobody, man. If you made a bet on that, hey, it paid off well for you because Makhmudov had the look, of course, looks this big grizzly, huge guy who
Yeah,
can be intimidating up there, popping his neck and everything. And man, I gotta give the guy his props. He went in there, outboxed him, and chopped him down to the body. That's the formula right there, folks. Always remember that. They say you want to stop the faster fighter, body. The stronger
yeah.
fighter, body. That's a formula. The way that he went about it, Cabiel, that's his name that you said there, bud.
Kabayel. Kabayel.
Cabiel.
Yeah,
Man, I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was a Makhmudov victory. I'm gonna be honest with
yeah,
you, especially if you look at the size difference and everything. But that goes to show you, hey, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he's just a really, you can see he's a very skilled boxer who knows how to fight these guys and throw punches. I mean, body, as you said, and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, most certainly, most certainly. The real deal says, would you say Julian the Hawk Jackson was the greatest knockout artist? He's up there.
Yeah, he's up there. There are a couple others, at least a couple of others.
Yeah, there have
Yeah,
been some great ones. There have
yeah,
been some great ones. He's up there. Of course, you got a lot of visuals on him for sure. But yeah, certainly there have been some others who are kind of in the mix there, especially going back in the day. Some we may
mm,
not necessarily have a ton of footage on. Think about the great John L. Sullivan. He was apparently a
yeah.
knockout man. You think about Sam Langford. You think about Jack Dempsey, the Manasseh Mauler. I'm thinking of. Hey, there have been many guys who could get it done, but yeah,
Cal-
certainly he's one.
Kalsai Galaxy, you know him.
Oh yeah,
He
Kansai Galaxy. Yeah, I don't know a ton of his stuff in terms of, but I know who you're talking about for sure.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's highly regarded.
he had a lot of knockouts.
Hall
Also,
of Famer too, right? Yeah, Hall of Famer.
yeah, he made I think
Kansai Galaxy.
19 world title defenses. So he more people should definitely know about him, but they don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, certainly, certainly. That is a good one right there. So yeah, yeah, there've been a number of punchers just over the years who are just Bob Fitzsimmons. He's one who's a knockout artist of his time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm taking it way back, of course. But yeah, talking modern video times. But yeah, Julian the Hawk, he's up there for sure.
Freddie Steele also. Yeah, you might say Freddie Steele,
Oh, Freddie still, yeah.
Al
George
Hostak.
Foreman.
Yeah, Al Hostak.
Oh, Al Hostak. So, oh yeah, Al, former world
Yeah,
middleweight champion, right?
yeah.
Al
To-
Hostak. Put me on
yeah,
game there, boss. Uh, Hernan Lonnie says, hey, cheers. Hernan says, why did Fury not push action against Ngannou and KO him like he did against Wilder? Doesn't Wilder hit harder, so there's less worry about it? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the overall state of Fury in that contest. I still haven't seen it. I was actually going to watch it last night. Um, And that reminds me, I was happy to see Fabio Wardley, David Adelaide.
Oh
Adelaide, I
yeah,
know we talked about that a lot right there. We both like Fabio
yeah,
Wardley, so kudos to him.
Fabio. Yeah, he's very exciting to watch. Definitely.
Especially given how Adelaide, how they treated him there prior to the contest. It was
Yeah.
good to see sweet revenge there from Fabio Wardley.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had almost forgotten about that fight. Actually, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, you're right there. The real deal. The Hawk used to knock him out cold for sure. He certainly did. But the real deal says the boxer in the 50s whose names escape me, he stepped up from welterweight to heavy and was still blowing them away from the 50s from welter to heavy, and he was knocking people out
And there haven't been many who went that far up.
in the 50s. Here's the 50s. I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
I could, but it's from welterweight to heavy in the 50s.
sounds familiar, but I just can't remember anybody.
I can't pinpoint it off top myself because there have certainly been many great fighters who started at welterweight or in or around some of those lower weights who've moved
Yeah,
up. Um, but yeah, I can't think of exactly who in the 50s for sure. But there have been some others in or around there who've started at weights in or around welterweight, middleweight range, those type things. But yeah,
yeah,
interesting real deal. Gonna have to think on that one for sure. But I know of some others who've risen to do that thing. Langford, he rose from lower weights, of course.
yeah,
Mickey Walker rose from
yeah. I
lower
was gonna
weights
say, yeah,
to
Mickey.
yeah, take on heavyweights and all that stuff. So a lot of good stuff. So, so Jimbo won't be able to make it. But
Oh
cool.
no, what did he do?
But yeah, interesting stuff there. But no, this has been a good thing. But 2023, good year, I guess in general. Overall, we got marquee fight there. They're thinking about it
Hmm,
in terms of Crawford Spence. We really wanted to see that. That was like the top fight in boxing. We got it, and Crawford dominated. And I guess a rematch is next at some point here in
yeah,
2024. And it's
yeah.
gonna
That
be
was
interesting.
finally about time. Yeah, that fight was. Well, it was definitely a couple of years at least in the waiting. Yeah. So
Oh yeah, 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 certainly. So yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, hey, that's all I had there in regards to 2023. I've got to say, I'm trying to drop a video here tonight before midnight, and it's gonna be one of the one I really, really am pretty fond of. So hopefully it goes down. Still a lot of work left to do on it though.
we got just didn't do comeback of the year because that
Oh,
was a
comeback of the year.
yeah.
Who
I had my pick for that because yeah,
I didn't
that
do
was a
what?
special guy. I mean, Jordan Gill, I would say, because
Oh, okay.
when he knocked out Michael Conlan, because
Yeah,
before that he had lost to Kiko Martinez, and he said that he was really
yeah.
in deep depression because of that. So it was
Oh,
very
yeah.
inspiring to see him, come back that way in that fashion. And
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that is a fitting nod right there. Fitting nod to
mm,
Gil, who many didn't give a shot coming into that Conlon contest, or at least they thought he would be game, he would be in it, but many didn't think that he would stop Conlon for sure.
yes, same here.
Uh,
Yeah,
and many didn't think he would win in general, but let alone stop him. So that's definitely a worthy one right there. Comeback for Gil. So
yeah,
yeah, just thinking about it, yeah, I can't think of one here off top, but I forgot that one. Yeah, I didn't look into the pick for that, but hey, he's worthy for sure, and that was a
mm,
recent one right there. So
yeah,
it's fresh on the memory as well. But he was inspiring, speaking on his comeback.
yeah. Very touching also.
Oh yeah, yeah, certainly. Yoshi has to get every mixed gender boxing match. I think that's happened in some capacity, but not at the elite professional level. That's not going to happen because it would be a mismatch. Actually, contrary to thoughts,
Hmm.
contrary to thoughts, it will be a mismatch.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope it never happens.
Yeah, yeah, they're different sports.
Yeah, it's a little different when it comes, especially such sports, combat sports. It's too dangerous, of course, to mix genders there, and yeah, just would be too way too irresponsible to allow that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that'll be interesting. But yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to run because I
All
had
right.
an hour limit there, and I know it's late for you there, Boz. Even though you're about to bring in that new year, but
Well,
we'll
it's
certainly be back.
not that late, but yeah. Anyway, almost 9 o'clock.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know we've gone longer at different points and everything, but yeah, I got to get prepped for hey making it happen for sure.
Hmm.
Uh,
Cool.
but
Yeah.
yeah, thank you everyone who dropped by. Hey, Boz might go live again. If you do, Boz, I'll tune in.
Thanks.
But
Yeah. Well, not tonight, but maybe I don't know. Maybe tomorrow or the other day. I don't know. We'll see. Thank
sure.
you to my crazy gang for
Oh
showing
yeah,
up.
we appreciate y'all. We appreciate the gang and all that stuff. Of course, the usuals as well. Rodolfo, as always. Happy New Year to everyone. Hey, wish you the best in 2024, which will be tomorrow for many of you at least.
Yeah.
So, with that, thank you all, and definitely hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Take time to celebrate.